When I was a kid, I loved superheroes. Mighty Mouse was one of my favorites. I still remember the song, Mr. Trouble never sticks around. When he hears that mighty sound, here I come to save the day. That means the Mighty Mouse is on his way. He always came in and he took care of the bad guys. I liked Popeye because he'd eat the spinach and he'd get really strong and he'd take care of Brutus, who was the bad guy in that cartoon. And of course, Superman and Spider-Man. But I had my own personal superhero save me when I was a small boy, and I'm going to tell you about it in your morning cup of inspiration. There was some building going on in our neighborhood, and right behind my house, they were building a new house. And I was with several kids. One of them was my older sister, Margie Lou, and we were in this house as it was being built, and we had gotten down into the basement when all of a sudden we heard footsteps upstairs and the voices of men, and we knew it was the builders. And we were scared to death, and all the big kids were able to pull themselves up and get out of the window in the basement, and I was left alone, and I couldn't reach it. I was only like 5 years old, and I was scared to death. I thought for sure I was going to get into so much trouble. I was trapped, and at the last second, my sister Margie Lou, who was 13 years old then, reached down and pulled me up and helped me through the window, and I escaped. Oh, it was a close call. But you know, the real superhero of all of us, of all the world, is Jesus Christ. He died for us to save us from an eternity in hell, and he's coming again for us. It's prophesied in the Bible. Do you know that there's at least 1,800 prophecies in the Bible, and they've all been fulfilled except for Christ's coming? So he could come at any time, and he's going to come and take us out, just like my sister lifted me out of the trouble, out of that basement of that house. Christ is going to lift us out of this world. And we read about it in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18. Listen to this. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. So if you're worried about the news and what's going on in the world, know that he is coming for us. And that should be very comforting for us. He's going to take us out. And there's a lot of talk, will it be before the tribulation, in the middle of the tribulation, or after the tribulation? I'm not sure, but I know that I'm looking for him, and I'm trusting him in his love and his protection and his saving mighty power. I hope that encourages you today, and I'll see you soon for another Morning Cup of Inspiration. God bless.